What's going on, y'all? This is Mike Brown, and I just wanted to welcome y'all to this week's episode of The Art of Letting Go. While I got your attention, please be sure to subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. And if you're able to leave a comment, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Also, started a new segment called Ask Me a Question. I would love for y'all to send me some questions. You can send them through the Instagram, through email. We also got a phone line that's in the description of this podcast. Enjoy the show. This is The Art of Letting Go. Yo, what up? This is Mike Brown, and this is The Art of Letting Go. Today, I have a special guest in the building.
Here we go.
I would definitely say, like, pre-COVID, we probably knew of each other, but during COVID, I got to really know you and really connect with you. And you're just a dope person all around, and like, I really appreciate your friendship. But would you mind introducing yourself to the people?
Oh, man. Mike, is first of all, thank you for even having me on your show. My name is Eric, that big dude with glasses, Watkins. I'm originally from Philly. I'm residing in East LA. I've been here for about 5 years now. I got here in 2017, and what a ride, bro. Like, LA has definitely been an experience for me, and yeah, you've been one of the ones where, you know, I'm looking back on my LA experience. Mike Brown has definitely been like the milestone. So thank you for having me, bro, on the show.
I appreciate that.
How many episodes have you did? Like 150?
I've done more than that, but I've just released like, I don't know what episode. This is in the 150s.
This is in the 150s?
But there's definitely been more recorded. Some that also weren't recorded, like, but were episodes. And
so what makes a cut, if you don't mind me asking, like, what makes a cut and what doesn't make the cut? Like, what's the criteria for like, you putting stuff on if you have stuff in the archives?
These days, almost everything makes a cut,
mm-hmm.
but it's also about feeling
mm-hmm.
and intention as well, you know. So putting something out, like, I don't just put shit out for content,
right?
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I would never exploit nobody for no content.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I totally get it. Especially everyone's doing podcasts. It's like everyone's doing it, but certain podcasts, you know, like, don't have that commercial type of feel to it. It feels authentic. It feels like, you know, they're having a conversation. And It's like, it's not something like, oh, I have to put it on my social media and keep this train going, even though that's the age we live in. But, I really felt that from your podcast. That's why, you know, when you told me you was doing it, I think you were like, you didn't even break 100 probably yet, you know, but it was more so like how you did it. Like, I was like, yo, you did it by a beach on the park, and people were talking to you while you were in the episode. You don't care about like the quality, because you know me. Yeah. Like, I'm a music producer, sound engineer, so everything got to be crystal clear. What instruments you're using, what equipment you're using, you know. So, but you're like, no, I just have like the bare bones.
Yeah, and sometimes rock without even like, you know, without taking out the ums or the
yeah, right.
Sometimes I just don't care.
Yeah.
But no, I would say in the beginning, I was very critical of the show. And I was not critical, but like, I was very like conscious of how I wanted it to sound, So it was like, if this episode doesn't fit this idea that I have for this, then it's not going to work. And there's been a couple that I've scrapped. It's been some that I just forgot to hit the record button.
Oh, so you was doing an episode.
And had really good ones. Had a really amazing conversation with a woman by the name of Mary Gold. And shout out to Mary Gold. But amazing, like almost like a 2-hour conversation, and it didn't record. And I was like, it wasn't meant to be. You know, I got episodes that people have asked me not to put out. I have episodes that, you know, people that were only like coming to promote something, which I get it.
Yeah.
You know, we all do something.
Yeah, my album coming. No, I'm joking.
We all do something, but, you know, people not taking the time, because I feel like I was just saying yes to just one guest, 1.5 guests, and sometimes people just didn't fit what I was doing. Like, you know, they didn't even listen to the show and they just wanted to come promote a product, and it's just like, this is kind of a waste for both of us. But you know, lesson learned.
Yeah,
but,
I think that's the podcast game. Like anything, like your growth and, you know, like how you know, master your craft in this podcast is going to be up and down. And I think that's the beauty of any type of craft. And like you just saying, like your anchor thing, like, yo, people ask me how I do it and I just do it. Yeah. I think that's the beauty of it. And then you get to get all the bullshit and the beauty that comes with it.
Yeah. And I also just like, you know, when I think about getting better, because, you know, when I was really like doing music, for me, getting better, I only related to sound. Like, it has to sound better, but not being so tapped in the feel of like, how do I create this feeling of like, you know, making it feel different. Like growing in feeling as opposed to like growing in skill. You know what I mean? Like, so with this shit, you know, I never really felt like, oh, I need to have this microphone or that microphone. It's just like, I need to keep living. So that's why when I take those breaks, when I'm just too much podcasting, and I'm like, fuck, I need a break to just live some life and then come back and have something to talk about. Because just to do this all the time, you know, like this is one form of creative expression for me. You know, I express myself in so many different ways. So it's like I may be super tapped into podcasts. But then I might be tapped into music for a little while. But then I might be tapped into painting. I always try to
force you out of your music bag. Like every week I'm like, yo, Mike, we're going to do this little EP. We're going to do it. And you always hit me with the, hey, if I feel it, I feel it, you know. But it is a energy. Like
of course.
Like any outlet, either podcasting or making music, like it is a specific energy that's like you have to really dedicate. So I understand like sometimes like in life, like I'm very passionate about what I do, right? But like sometimes, some days I'm like, man, I feel like I'm just making like not in a good way, but just making noise. You know, I just feel like I'm not really connecting with it, with the content I'm making, but just like hearing it, like, you know, like I feel like as artists, we don't give ourselves that much grace to like be comfortable in those spaces. Like, yo, today's not that day. You know, like I feel like we live in that world where it's like highlight after highlight. So giving you that time and that space to be like, yo, this is not probably this week is not going to work. This month not going to work. You know, but making sure that that's okay, you know, because I'd be down on myself if I don't make a beat, you know, like at least once or twice. So like if I don't make a beat a week, I'll be like, damn, I'm not really into it, but that's okay. That's what I have to do.
And I think also recognizing that your priorities change, your life changes. So it's like, you know, when a younger you might have made a beat a week, a day,
every day,
As a grown functional person, like you just may not feel that, and it's okay to not feel that. Like I used to judge myself for feeling like, man, I need to be doing this every day. And it's like, if you don't fucking feel it every day, you don't fucking feel it every day.
Especially music. Music is that type of thing where the music is going to come out how you're really feeling. So if you're like, it's like 100% not into it, the music's 9 times out of 10 is not going to be into it. But yeah, man, like life circumstances and like life can change. I think that's what, not so much the producer community, because I watch a lot of, you know, producer podcasts, and one podcast I really like is his Illminds Blap Chats, because they give you the, oh yeah, we making beats, but also what's the life thing coming into it, and that's one thing that I kind of like grown and learned, that like, yo, my life circumstances and, you know, the things that I go through, like my regular life that's outside of music, it's going to, you know, dictate on how that music's going to be made. So like once I like was aware of that, like everything kind of flowed better, you know, like, you know, like I gave myself that like time to be like, yo, like living life is part of the music, you know?
Of course. And that's like with anything. That's why I said, like, it's okay to take a break. Like, if your life feeling like a fucking loop, it's okay to take a break from whatever you're doing. But man, something I was gonna ask you earlier as you were talking was what keeps you going with this music shit or just creating in general? Why do you still do it?
Man, I think every time I make music or I'm in that creative space, it reminds me of like home. It reminds me of like being Haines Street, Philly. My mom put pots and pans down for me to drum on when I was young. It makes me feel like, when VH1 Save the Music program came to my school, Fulton Elementary School, and gave us the instruments, I was the first one to raise my hand to like participate and really being good at it and really catching fire, like, and having that feeling, that childlike creativity, that like giddy feeling when you touch a sound or you make a good drum rhythm. That feeling when you hear your music and music spaces and you see people dancing and you see people bobbing their head. That's why I keep going with the music. It's just that feeling that it gives me when I'm creating it, and that feeling that I'm like, yo, I made that dude bob his head a little bit, or I made that girl, like, she can't dance at all, but she's trying her best to dance. I
Yeah,
did that. I think that's what I love about music. That my impact that people can like may or may not have.
yeah. What keeps you from fully like 100% just going all the way in pursuing
Oh
it?
my god. You know why I'm not like fear, 100%. Like music. I've been an audio engineer, music producer for some time, but I always treat like my talent and gift like this is something I do on the side. Like during the day, I'm a service desk lead for a software company, and I onboarded 300 plus people, gave everybody security awareness, and like set up their laptops and computers, work with a team. I'm going into, project management because that shit pays.
Yeah,
That shit pays. It keeps the phone bill on. It keeps it's consistent. It's just traditional what I was taught. I think one of the reason why I'm not going, well, I would say now is like I think I'm aware, right?
hmm
And making, and not to be on a tangent, but me being aware of this gift and like the opportunities that may come if I fully invest. I know it's there, but it is like I said, with like circumstances, it's like I hesitate. I my mom. I shout out to my mom. Her birthday is in April 9th, 1947. Sorry, mom, putting your age out there, but just the reason why I am. And she always like gave me this mindset of, hey, you can do both. You can do both. You can be that IT guy, you can be that tech guy, and you can be that super music producer. Do both, do both. So I think that's why my struggles and my battles of just going into music 100%. But bitch, we 75%. We like the notches is going up. Like things happen. Like over the last year.
and I
Yeah,
only say that because I feel like with the whatever percentage you putting in
yeah,
now, you seeing the results that you getting. So
yeah.
if you went 100%, like
What's that opportunity? Like, yeah, just like I was saying, like I think I got my first placement, like TV placement, like last year.
yeah,
I've been making beats for since I was in high school. Been making music forever. First placement was last year. First placement in Sundance Movie Festival with my homie DDM. I was on the score. You know, um, First time being in those type of spaces. So I try not to put myself in a space where I'm looking at other people's lanes. Like, why is this not happening to me? But more so, like I'm trying to just hey, I'm going forward.
yeah.
Wherever percentage I'm doing, I'm not at zero. I know I'm not at zero. But the thing is like just putting myself in situations to put myself in those positions.
That's what's up. How are you going to overcome this fear?
Man, put myself in shits like this, man. Like stuff like this. I think one thing that I think was really like put me out of fear was seeing DDM perform live. My homie DDM, Dapper Dan Midas. Shout out to DDM. He's so talented. Great friend of ours. Great friend of mine. Because my music was in that venue, and that was vulnerable for me. I told you, even when he was about to perform, I was like, man, I should be excited, but man, you know, like my music gonna be all out and people here, and more of that. Being in little spaces where it's uncomfortable, being like not the only producer in the room, you know, being not the only creative in the room, because I feel like, you know, one thing that's comfortable for me is being by myself and making music with only my friend group, because my friends know me, you know, and not putting myself in those spaces to be like, yo, this is what I can do. Was good with it, and that's what's next for me.
That's what's up. That's really dope. I wanted to ask you some listener questions.
Okay.
So just in my head just now, I was just thinking, I don't have a listener ask me a question theme song,
Okay.
but in my head, the way I hear it, so
it?
maybe you could do the drums, but I just hear something that's like, boom, 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 boom. That's it.
Boom! Look,
it.
that could be it
That is it.
right there.
That's it.
Is it?
So I'm gonna ask you in no particular. Well, I guess I'll go in order if I ever have them written down. How do you feel about the LGBT? So this is from Joe.
Okay.
How do you feel about the LGBT?
This is from Joe.
How do you feel about the LGBT hip hop scene? And I guess I can respond on this one too. but no, I'm not even gonna go hard.
No. It's as I'm doing a draft. I'm doing a rough draft. Wow, I've seen the LGBT hip hop scene. Like before I even tell you what I think about it, I'm just saying how I got introduced to it. Right. So MySpace days, right? It's just like. Not that long ago, but it's 10 plus years now. MySpace era was popping. And seeing gay rappers and seeing for the first time, you know, because this is the internet age, everything is accessible. You know, I was, you know, have my journey with my sexuality. So I wanted to know, you know, I was into music. I just want to know what was in that lane. And I've met people. And I've seen people come and go. I've seen people, you know, people who have like hits that, you know, that I didn't really identify with, but, you know, like really explicit gay songs, you know.
Yeah.
You know, but I haven't really found until recently, until I made those connections. Haven't really really identified until I made that space, or I kind of made that door for myself with making music for DDM, making music for Eddie Wayne, and just like trying to curate kind of my own lane, you know, because you know, as a gay man, you know, just my opinion, just don't cancel me, you know, and then they say something is to get canceled. No, but like you know, like my experience with the gay community, like I understand and identify being a gay black man, but, you know, at some areas I feel a little disconnected. And that's why I go hard of like making music for DDM and Eddie Wayne to really just to help build that bridge of what I'm trying to communicate.
Yeah.
And I feel like, you know, my music and I thank you for just like instilling this, like my music's not just gay. My music's music, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's may have a gay line or a gay slur or like a termination, but a term or whatever, but it's still just a reflection of just who I am. And
of course. And that's what I was going to say. Like, if you just think about rap in general,
yeah,
like, you know, the rap that people call bullshit rap is the shit that's not real. Like somebody rapping their real life,
yeah,
you know, whether it be, you know,
yeah,
shooting a gun or sucking a dick.
Yeah. If
it's real
is, yeah,
and it's dope,
we can curse.
of course.
Okay, cool.
But if it's real and it's dope,
yeah,
people just gonna rock with it.
People gonna rock with it.
But you know, when it don't come off authentic,
yeah,
that's when people, you know.
yeah, and that's the thing about authentic. Being authentic is like, you know, that's why I gotta go hard for DDM. That's why he gets the exclusive beats, because, like, I know how real and authentic he is. You know, like I've been working with him for 10 plus years. You know, we've seen, like, you know, Lil Nas X's come in fruitions, and, you know, all these rappers now, and we're sitting back, we're like, hey, we've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
We're authentic, and we're gonna keep making a lane for ourselves. So it's all about, if you don't see the space completely for you, create the space.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I have a question from VVRN.
Shout out his album VVRN, All Is Seen. Make sure y'all cop that too.
He had a question for you. Said you moved from Philly to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
What advice would you have for those who feel stuck at home wanting to leave?
Oh, man. If you feeling stuck, let me do a rough draft. And Kim, when I do a rough draft, can you repeat that question?
Just give it.
Yeah. Man, first thing, you know, have a goal in mind, a goal in set. I think it's really hard going to a place or leaving that stuck area without a goal in mind. Having no purpose and feeling stuck and trying to get out that stuckness is going to make you feel more stuck because you don't have a purpose. Have a goal in mind. It can be small, it could be big. I know my goal was, you know, I'm in Philly, I'm working at Dick's Sporting Goods. This is when, you know, I stopped working at the studio and I was just kind of focused on school. I said, hey, listen, I want to go to LA as soon as I get my degree. I was in school. I get my IT job. I'm out. I have an opportunity. You know, shout out to my mentor, Alex Ramirez, who recently just passed. What place I'm about actually moving out now. But you know, he had that opportunity for it. And I couldn't, it was a chance of not taking it. It's a chance of staying, going up to New York, going to Maryland, you know, being closer to my family. But something told me, I'm like, yo, I want to experience more life. I kind of had this mindset of like, yo, Philadelphia is something more, you know? So like, if you're feeling stuck, have a goal for yourself. My goal was here to just find an IT job and make music and do music full time, you know? And I had got an IT job, check. And I'm in spaces like this, meeting people like you, having these conversations, just trying to just complete the goal, you know? So if you're feeling stuck, you know, any situation, whether you want to move around a corner or to a new country, you know, have an objective. Like, yo, I just don't want to move here for nothing, because you're going to be stuck in that place. You know, you feeling stuck now, you know, it's all about that attitude. So that's what my advice. Just have a goal set and just put your head down and do it.
That's what's up, man. This next one is a voicemail, so we'll have to put the headphones on.
Cool.
It's James Woods, a.k.a. that yoga dude, with Feel Free to Feel Free. Every deep breath is me being more and more transparent with myself, being real with myself, being in the moment, giving myself what I need without judgment, without criticism, just breathing into what's there, accepting it, allowing it, and appreciating it. Let's be transparent with a deep inhale. As we inhale, we exhale, allowing the shoulders to fall, the face to soften, the belly to relax. Deep inhale through the nose. And an open mouth exhale, just letting it go. Chest releases. Arms relax. Deep inhale. Breathe in. Relaxing our minds so we can see through the guilt, the shame, we can see through the frustration, the hurt, pain. Letting our minds be clear to create and feel free to feel free. Peace.
Hi, Eric. So, a lot of your production, some of my favorite production from you, sounds bright and positive and happy. I'm just curious to know, because you're such a layered individual, how do you channel that into your sound, and where do you think it comes from?
So that is a question from DDM.
Of course.
If you didn't know.
I did not know that at all. I don't think the smile, like, no, yeah, I think if you know me, I'm a very optimistic, positive, cheery, happy-go-lucky individual. Like Eric has a lot of charisma. He has a lot of positive energy, and that's one thing that, I kind of grew. I've always been, but, something that I kind of like lean into more because, I know what it feels like to be in dark places. I know what it feels like to, like, be angry and upset. And, when I make music, I'm always in a mindset of making people feel good or making myself feel good first. I think the reason why I think I always make happy music, or just not even happy music, but just melodic, melody oriented over hard drums, or just like a nice, just layered, chords, pianos, cheerful sounds, over some trap drums, because that's what I think was my environment. Like, I was that black kid on Haines Street in Germantown with a telescope looking at the moon, and admiring the beauty. And that's kind of what my, like, I think that's kind of like who I am, I'm a person of making the area around me feel safe, feel everyone feel validated, excuse me. I think that's when I make music, I try to put a smile on my face. So I think that's how it converts.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a pause on the questions,
right?
Because some you mentioned about yourself,
right.
Wanting to make people feel safe.
Yeah.
And I could definitely say that. And don't get me wrong, I do have other gay friends that I do feel safe around.
Yeah.
But you definitely were like one of the first gay men I felt very safe being around.
Yeah. Thank you.
Just because you're probably the only person that never tried to just get at me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Really.
Right. No. It's like this community, I feel as though that, with technology and, like, just not with technology, just how humans are and how fucked up how people can be, finding people who have your real best interests at heart, you'll understand. And you'll meet those people. I know that I've met those people in my life where I was like, you sure you don't want that? This is weird how, because you're so used of being used. You're so used of, having, this all the bullshit. So I kind of lead by example, I would want people to feel safe when, with I'm with, I want to feel safe around people. I want people to feel safe around me. Yeah. It's a vice versa thing, and I really appreciate that too, because, and not to get too sappy, I'm very protective over you. Very like you seem, you're a brother to me, and like I support you 110%. And I want to see your success go. I want to see your success go up. I want to see, you have my best interest and I have your best interest. And I think that's where it stems from.
Yeah.
And that's where the music come from too. Like, we do music too. And like, when I'm making beats for, and I have Mike in mind, or if I'm texting you like, yo, what chords should I use? It's more so having you in mind, make you feel like something. And that's what keeps me going.
That's what's up, man.
Sorry, I relayed back to music, but like,
it's all good.
music is my love
appreciate
language. I'm like I've really like I've noticed like I've made more music for my friends
Yeah.
than actual like putting shit out.
Of course, yeah.
You know?
Definitely.
If I made you a song, that means I fuck with you heavy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, no, man, no problem.
I got another one for you. This is the one I'm
It's the art of letting go. What is something that you want to let go of in 2022?
So that is from Eddie Wayne.
Eddie Wayne.
And I think that's for both of us, but I'll let you start that one.
2022.
What is something you want to let go of in 2022?
Remember your bonfire that you had? I written down that I wanted to let go of doubt, right? And I put doubt, self-doubt in the paper, and I tossed it in. And just a couple months ago, we was at the club at the precinct, and I felt like that was that was manifestation in itself, because after that night, I didn't have any, like, I still don't even feel the same.
Damn, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
Like
I do.
Even when I make beats now, it's not more so like I'm doubting myself. It's because I am focusing on other things right now in my life, you know. But it's more so like I really feel that getting pushed back. So I would say because I wanted to say self-doubt, but I was like checking myself like, yo, it's been a while since I was like, my beats.
Yeah.
People were dancing.
Right.
People were having fun.
course.
The drums was hard.
Of course.
Listen, I never doubted kick drums ever again. Like, mind you, because like I go into like the mixing and sound engineer, right? And I get into what I'm letting go of 2022. I swear this is all connected. But I was really like focused on like, yo, is my kick drums hard enough? Doubting, like putting all this energy and time because I'm doubting myself, right? We go to that live venue, bro. That shit was knocking, bro. Remember when that shit came on? I looked at you, I was like, this shit is hard, bro. Self-doubt, I would say, but now it's more so self-sabotaging for 2022. 2022 is more so of, hey, I know my gifts. I know, I have a great lineup. I have a great career right now with IT that I'm learning, and I'm getting more immersed into that. It's making me understand other opportunities, right? Music, like I feel like I'm in a good role with that. It's not. I feel like right now with me, not sabotaging myself, not cutting myself short, not waking up early to do something before my workday starts. I'm setting a schedule for myself, giving myself some structure so I don't have opportunities to self-sabotage.
Yeah.
So 2022 is about, not sleeping on myself. I feel like if I could take self-sabotage and sleeping on myself interchangeably, it's like not sleeping on myself anymore. I felt like I've always been making beats, just like something, I'm in IT, I'm in IT. No, don't sleep on that, like lean into it. And that's one thing I'm letting go more so, the self-sabotaging, sleeping on myself for 2022. It's like, it's like if you had told me a year ago or a couple years ago, I wouldn't have been aware that I was doing self-sabotaging behavior. I wasn't aware like I was sleeping on myself, but now it's more so I see it now, and it's time to stop and do something else.
That's what's up. Yeah, I think mine would probably be the same. And like just hearing you say that, like I realize like because everything is going so well right now. Mm-hmm. Life is just going really well right now. It's like that's the only thing that could possibly fuck me up. Yeah. But I'm not going to let it.
Right. You got to use it as fuel. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, and that's the thing. It's like we live in this social media. Everything is a highlight. You see everybody's highlight reels and highlight tapes, but are you paying attention and giving yourself that, hey, good job on your shit. Good job on you just released a book. You know, you just released a fucking book. A lot of people can't read, and here you go giving them a book, and it's dope too. But just more so like, yo, you gotta put that the pedal to the metal sometimes, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if this was for you.
It could be for us.
Okay.
It could be for us.
How do you define family?
Oh, man, this could be for you. No. I think I go first. Family. I shout out to my mom. I love you, Mom, so much. I hope you see this. I hope you hear this. Because she just got downloaded Facebook Messenger and know how to send me gifts and stuff. So, you know, get you a Spotify account. Find the Art Letting Go. But family is unconditional love. Family is support. Family is honest. And I will put those three as we do the top three for considering family, because I have all that in you. I see all that in you. Unconditional support, your honesty, because you will say, Eric, you need to X, Y, and Z. Eric, don't X. We had those talks.
Yeah.
You know, that honesty, that space to be honest. I see that in DDM, Steve, Aaron, VVRN. Most importantly, I see that in my mom, and that's why, like, my mom is a huge influence on how I like kind of view people's love and receive people's love. Yeah. So that's what family means to me, or how I view family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, man, I would say I see family as teachers of love. You know, because everybody loves differently. But everybody love you, you know, and yeah, unconditional love as well. Like really being able to love people for who they are, and not who you want them to be. Yeah, you know, and them loving you for the same. You know, having that mutual love, and that's kind of family for me. Yeah,
it's funny, you know. Family is like, you know, I would say like, you know, my dad died when I was fairly young. And, you know, I'm a quote unquote love child. You know, I wasn't not a mistake love child. And like all my sisters and all my brothers are extremely older than me, or like maybe like 10, 12 years, 15 years older than me. So at times it can be disconnect, or at the time, you know, me being young, I'm thinking it's disconnect because of age. But, you know, as I like, you know, grow up and be an adult, it's like, no, that's the way they love, you know? And I think the older you get, the more you realize that, hey, people love, even though it may not be, you know, how you love people love in different ways. And that's one thing I've learned as I kind of grew. And I think people need to understand, because people will like, I don't like my brothers and sisters, like, I hate my cousins and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, you get to call them and you say, what's up? Yeah. Or they be like, yo, how you doing? Yeah. You know, and mind you, you probably didn't talk to them for years or whatever. You're not really that close with them, but it's always people love in different ways. So yeah, and I think I have a lot of chosen family, and yeah,
that's what's up, man. I think that's something I really admire about your relationship you have with Al.
Yeah,
because you know, I never really felt like love from a older man outside of like, you know, my family.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's that barrier of just somebody just like loving, but I have this guard because I don't know how to express and communicate myself, you know, and then going into the dating world, and that's just something different.
Yeah, a whole monster,
you know,
whole beast.
So yeah, man, that's really dope.
Yeah, man. I was Al the Blade Ramirez, man. He worked with D-Train. He was the audio engineer for the NAACP Awards. Martha Walsh, you know, Luther Vandross. Just an amazing talent. You know, he saw my profile that I make music, because you know me, like. and that's the thing about when you like, you connect with the gay, like LGBT community. Like, instead of saying like, "Yo, I'm this, I'm that," I say I'm a music producer. I'm an audio engineer. I like to be creative. You know, play me in basketball. Like, I like to go to basketball court. So, and not just saying that to be like, "Oh, these are my talking points that you can hit me up," but like, actually, no, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And the first message he hit me up, he was like, "Hey, I saw that you're an audio engineer, music producer. If you are really about it and passionate, you'll give me a call." And what did my passion as did? Gave him a call, and then developed this networking type of professional relationship where, I was working in the studio. I was just there for beats, right? And they was like, "Yo, you want to engineer? You want to engineer?" And I only engineered myself and people in my bedroom. I didn't really engineer like just the public people. He taught me everything I know over Skype. Like, I remember I was in recording sessions, and I was mixing. I would just share my screen via Skype, call them up, and people be like, "Yo, who's that? Who's that?" Because the mix would sounds, 2-track, mixes is not difficult, but it's not easy, but it's not crazy, super crazy, but taught me the basics of EQ, compression, limiting when it comes to your master bus, all over Zoom. He lived in California. I'm in Philly.
And can you explain all that you explained? Because for some people that might be completely foreign language. So
here I am talking scientist terms, quantum physics. No, basically, you have a professional that is well knowledgeable of his expertise, and here I am, raw talent, just going off a whim, no structure. He was the person to give me structure. He was the person to put the real life, terms into tangible concepts, like when you're talking about equalization and compression, thresholds and all this fancy music stuff. Before it was just buttons and shit, but after it was more so, I know what these controls are. Mm-hmm. I know when to go into my reverb effects. I know the decay times and all the intricate, parameters. Here I am using science words. I'm sorry, y'all. Parameters, just knowing shit. He really taught me just the details.
Yeah.
He was a master of the details. That's why his middle name was The Blade. And he just taught me, just that knowledge. Yeah. And I'll forever be grateful and to continue, just he said, "Hey, I have a room for rent. I know you just graduated from college. I know you work at Dick's Sporting Goods. Come over, you have a room to start your career. You be in LA." So just to have that, at the time, I was real scared, but something in my heart, was matching my goals. Mm-hmm. I wanted to have an IT job, and then I worked at a lot of great technology places, media companies, exotic car dealerships, software companies, doing music, meeting a lot of people, part of the music industry, helping my artists get, trying to get on quote unquote, just making people feel shit. And I will be so happy and so proud, after every interview, after everything that happened, I will run to his room, be like, "Yo, I did this and blah, blah, blah." And I know that he's looking down and he's really proud right now. He's geeking out.
And it's funny because on the episode with Byron, I asked him this question, but I'm curious to know your answer. How do you overcome grief? I had an early introduction to grief. When I was 13, 14, my dad died of lung cancer. My mom and my dad wasn't together, but my dad and I were close enough to have that relationship.
And that was my introduction of death for the first time. And at the time, looking back at it, I didn't know that I didn't know how to cope with grieving other than continue to live. But I think I kind of definitely leaned into music more. I remember at that time when he died, that's when me and FL Studio really got involved and really got I really got into music. So I was kind of distracting myself, and I feel like with Al, I can't really distract myself because Al is the music. Al was everything. I know I use the DBX. Well, this is for all my music people. DBX 160 compression and EMT 250. Dimension Studio, Dimension D plugins, all because of Al. So how I'm dealing with that is just continuing doing what we love, continuing doing what he loved. As my dad, how I continue with grief, with that realm, is just continue to being the person I am today because, I feel like I'm living the life that he would want me to live. So I feel that's coping with grief, knowing that like, yo, E, you went to college, you moved across the country, you're yourself unapologetically everywhere you go. I think that's making me like help me with the grief, with Al doing music, not giving up on music, not sleeping on myself anymore, helps me cope because I think about, that helps me, like honor him.
Yeah,
it helps me honor my dad. It helps me honor Al when I do things that will make them proud, and that's how I deal with grief, I was a big cat guy. My two cats that had 20 plus years. I was huge that past. Over the last 2 years previously, and just how they showed me how to love. That whole thing of like, oh, I have that little dog, Caillou, or Alex dog, and just giving him that love. Mm-hmm. Just grief is for me is, if you lose somebody, continuing to make them smile, this will make Al happy. If I told Al, I would bust in this room, Al, I'm going to Spotify with Mike Brown. That would make him like extremely proud. And that's how I kind of like can live on, So that's that.
That's what's up. This question is from a listener out in Anaheim named Andre. When did you realize you were creative, and how did it change your life?
I realized I was creative. Not that I was creative, but probably I was gay. NSYNC, bro. I used to do all the dances to the NSYNC videos, Michael Jackson videos, Backstreet Boys videos. That's how I kind of knew I kind of had that creative like gene and that element because I was so obsessed with Michael Jackson. Yeah. So obsessed with pop music, right? So like not even knowing that that's what I was doing, but I knew that, I had to have like, how your mom used to go to Toys R Us and get those little like mechanical keyboards, little play drones. I would go through them. Like I would break them all the time. That's how I kind of knew that like creatively, like I was kind of like, oh shit, I can go like potentially do this. And this was all before VH1 Save the Music program came to my school and gave us all those instruments because I used to play the viola. Yeah. And that's what got me into structured musicianship and structured just artistic realm. But before, it was just knowing the Thriller dance. It was, banging the desk to grinding beat, not knowing that, you making beats, It was the little things like that and really being involved in conscious aware of just beats. Like knowing like Timbaland and Pharrell and understanding like, yo, this beat sounds like this beat, and finding out it's the same producer, and just knowing that you have an interest in that. So that's that knowledge and then that thirst of knowledge for me kept me like going. That's how I know, like, oh shit, at a young age I should keep doing with it. I should keep going with it. Yeah. How about you? Like when did you know that, like, I know you write. Like remember that time I was at your house and you like opened the drawers full of papers and notes and shit and write?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is obviously going on for a long time, but when did you know that you had the creative gene?
I think I would say probably like third grade. I used to like make up songs and record them. I used to record myself.
Word.
And yeah, I've always like been into like just rap and beats and shit and being in the band. I never thought I could. It was so funny is I never thought I could draw. Mm-hmm. I never really got into art like that. But I was always into music and just started exploring more and more. And I've always been into writing also, like just doing school shit. Like writing was cool in school.
Yeah.
So kids continue to write.
Yeah. Look, I was not a writer. Like, my mom used to try and get me to write a paragraph on what you learned. Like, I was not a writer, but I think I kind of like grew into writing in college. Like, I kind of became a good writer, not a great writer, but a good writer in college. But that creative writing is really a realm. It's a beast. Yeah. But I have a question for you when as far as writing, since I know that you're an emotional person. Have you ever had a time when you're writing and you had to stop because it was getting too deep? Because usually you go to writing to let go and put your feelings down, but was there a time where you're writing and be like, I can't do this, it's getting too deep for me?
Definitely, for sure. Like it's been more than one time where that's happened, and then it's sometimes where I lean into it and just let whatever comes out. I know sometimes I avoid writing when I'm feeling something sometimes because I don't even want to tell it to myself, So yeah, I feel that, but yeah, I try to push through it. Like that's my only space that I try to like commit to, regardless of how I feel. Because sometimes, like even with music, like I would feel so down that I didn't even want to like go back and hear that again. It's been stuff that I made and just deleted because I just don't want to hear that and feel that again. Yeah. But with a journal, I can just write that shit all day and just not give a fuck. Write it in 5 minutes and then move on.
Right. I think that's the hardest creatively, the moving on piece. I feel like that's the most difficult, and I think that's why I did the beat folder that I did, because that was moving on for me.
Yeah. It's really hard to do in music. It's really hard to do.
Yeah. Because you're like so attached.
Yeah.
What did Beyonce say? I'm sensitive about my shit. Like that's
Erykah Badu.
That's Erykah Badu.
That's okay.
We're gonna scratch that out.
You're young. You're young.
You know what? It was a video when Beyonce did say that, but she was referencing Erykah Badu.
Yeah. Look, the beehive gonna go up on me.
Yeah, the beehive gonna be like, bitch, it was the Beyonce queen. No, but shout out Erykah Badu and Beyonce and everybody.
They both from Texas.
They are?
Yeah, but Beyonce from Houston.
So you think you the shit because you got that Houston blood and shit? That Houston woman?
Yeah. Yeah.
You think you better than everybody?
No, not better than everybody, but yes.
He said,
I'm the shit.
He said, I'm the shit. I'm the best Mike Brown. Yep. Oh, when you was recording in the last shit, and you was like, I'm going to be a celebrity. You said something about that. I was cracking the fuck up. I was like, look at these Houston people, bro. These Houston people, these Houston dudes are different.
I'm up here having fun. Like, that's what they told me to come here and do.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
And it shows, too, because they was giving me the tour, and they were like, Mike was so excited. His name was up. I was like, I would be, too.
I was more shocked. Like,
listen,
what is this?
Listen, it's not even me. It felt like
with a big old palm plant.
Yeah, with a palm plant for fucking like, yeah.
This has been like a beautiful experience. It really made me feel like, bro, you've been cheating yourself, thinking that you wasn't worthy of this. Like now, I want to create this more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
like,
fuel.
Yeah. No, I needed this. I needed to
Phil.
just taste this for a minute and just say, okay.
Yeah, shout out to Spotify for making lanes and having this week to be an outlet for black artists and just people in general.
Yeah, man. I got a whole lot of questions. Let's see. We had 57 minutes.
We had 37. Oh, this shit going by fast. I didn't even know it was 37 minutes.
No, 57.
57? Damn.
Yeah, but it's probably some stuff I got to cut too. But I'm gonna just fuck with it. Like
it's a good interview. This is a good
it
first
is.
one. Yeah, it's dope.
Because I never get so many questions, but I have a lot of questions. Which people inspire you and why?
Which people inspire you? Like that's a loaded question.
Yeah.
Like what people that I don't know, what people I know, what people
you can answer it any way you feel.
Any way I feel. My mom, I think my mom inspired me because so much that what she's been through make what I look through look like shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I tell my mom I'm broke, I'm like, Eric, we were broke when I was raising you. So it's like, I have no excuse. And I think that's inspiring when you can look at an individual and know that you can succeed and knowing that you have to do the best you can do because someone did the best for you. Someone believed the same thing. So I start with my mom, and that gives me the blueprint to, how I find that love in the people. And you, Mike, you inspire me. I think out of everybody I've met in LA, like, I feel like you have been like the most, and you're the, like, I feel like and this is no cap, and this is not because we're here, but I felt like my LA experience wouldn't have been, I felt like the journey here is complete with you.
Wow,
I felt
man,
like,
I appreciate that.
I feel like, I'm here and, I'm an unfinished puzzle piece.
Yeah.
And I feel like you were one of the pieces to why I'm even here, because I even because I'm moving, I'm trying to find a new place, and like I don't want to move to Philly. I'm not moving back to Philly, but when I thought about that, I'm like, no, my homie Mike here. I got a family here. You know what I'm saying? I got even though you're not gonna be here forever. We're not gonna be here forever, but it's like having that even mindset of like, oh no, someone's inspiring me is here. Someone who believes in me and I believe in is here. So that's what's inspiring me. DDM, Eddie Wayne, just because I've seen their growth.
Yeah.
I remember doing Eddie Wayne's first songs. Some of the first songs we did. Shout out to Eddie Wayne. He just came out with a music video, super dope. DDM, just our growth together in our friendship and our music, that inspires me. I think people inspirement is a requirement. Like I don't even know if that's the right word. Inspirement is a word.
It worked.
Yeah.
I knew what you meant.
Inspirement is a requirement. Like I feel like if you inspire me, if you inspire me,
Of course.
And I love giving people their flowers when they inspire me, because it's like that's not a thing that just happens, So I think those are the people. Al was definitely one, because he's the reason why I'm out here. He's the one that says like, yo, E, you're gonna get a Grammy, you're gonna get billboards, like I see it in you. It's probably be when I'm long gone, but you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Like people like that inspires me. Like the cars, flashy shit, the Balenciagas, the Gucci's, whatever you call it, bro. The Fasos, the ASOS, Fizos. What is it? The clothes shit. That shit's not inspiring. I think the people in my life that got my back is inspiring because I'm doing it not just for myself, but I'm doing it for the people I love. So that's inspiring. Who inspired you?
Man, I would say in my life today, I would say I'm very much so inspired by like my family and my friends, and just what they're doing in their own lives. Yeah. Like, just seeing people in their own ways, just, take those steps to keep growing, like even when I'm feeling down about myself, like somebody may give me a call and tell me some news about themselves and be like, oh shit, I needed to hear that today. Yeah. I need to hear somebody was doing good to feel good. Yeah. So I'm very inspired by like my friends, my family, and just life.
Yeah.
You know, like just life and being able to just say fuck it and just go for some shit.
COVID.
Right. Which I
Yo.
did have in January.
Yeah.
And, you know, sitting there with COVID, I was like, fuck, I need to do something.
Yeah.
Like, I'm living through this shit.
Yeah.
Like, motherfuckers died from this shit.
Yeah.
And that's how I finished my book. And it's like, oh shit, this is just something I said a few years ago I wanted to do, and I'm doing it. So I'm inspired by my younger self, you know, setting those outrageous fucking goals and now seeing them come, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's the only way this shit happens. So I am inspired by me as well.
Right.
And I don't feel bad saying that.
I don't feel bad. After seeing the Kanye fucking documentary, I don't feel bad about giving myself props anymore.
No, you're supposed to do that.
Like,
Like,
that's
we
what-
all supposed to do it.
Yeah, and speaking of inspiration, and if we're going to go to people who, well, I can't say this for you, but people who I haven't met personally, Kanye West inspired me like so many levels. I mean, I would just say this in a nutshell. You may have your opinion about Bull. Everybody does. But one thing that he has taught me in a time where I really needed it was self-confidence and self-esteem. I can look at Kanye West when I didn't see my self-worth, my self-esteem was low. I look at Kanye and I see somebody whose self-esteem is through the fucking pipes. So, that's one thing that I really, really like fucks with Kanye about, because, when as far as self-esteem is concerned, I've been bullied in elementary, middle, and high school, and I had my share of that. And seeing a person like Kanye think so big of himself, that rubbed off on me, or that the residue, if you will.
And even looking at him and looking at this documentary is like, you're looking at somebody pushing through their own insecurities.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
So I think when you start doing it, like I used to look up to Kanye. I used to look up to Pharrell.
Yeah.
And not to say that like these people are not still
Yeah.
great to me, but
Yeah.
it gets to a point where I'm not looking up and I'm looking at,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm looking at myself.
Right.
And not so much worrying about what they doing, because I'm trying to get somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out to Kanye and Pharrell. I just said in the other room. So
Yeah,
I
you
said
did.
it 3 times. So I felt like I clicked my heels.
Right.
And this is my 4th time saying it, but I'm gonna have Pharrell and Kanye on this podcast.
Right, you gotta say it, man.
And we're gonna record an episode at the beach, probably at one of their beach houses,
Yeah.
or mine if I have it by then.
You will.
but preferably Pharrell's, because it's probably like cool.
Look, as long as lunch is being served,
Right,
'Cause
right. We need lunch.
yeah. No, but
We need lunch and Balenciaga.
would I say Balencia's? Like, yo, why do I keep fucking up people's names?
Cause you be overthinking it.
I do be overthinking it. To everybody named that I fucked up, please forgive me.
I'm a teacher, and I'm gonna teach you a lesson.
What's up?
You're not gonna remember everybody's name, but if you make everybody feel that you know who they are, they not gonna give a fuck about their name. I do it every day. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, you're not. No, that's funny.
Let me stop, because then people gonna be asking me.
Yeah, what's my name?
But I'm gonna tell you the truth, and I don't know what it is. But when people tell me their name, I blank out. Like my mind just like blanks, and I don't remember names because it like
And
just
it's not
in
like
an instant.
It's not like a disrespectful
It's not.
thing at
It's
all. It's a more so that like my mom, because I post your book or my
Yeah.
Facebook. It's Art of Letting Go. It says The Art of Letting Go. Oh, and this is my mom. Oh, Eric, The Art of Going. I love that. The Art of Going. That's so cute. So listen, I've thought that the term suitcase was a law term, because it was not a lawsuit but suitcase. So I'm coming from a long history of fucking up things
Yeah.
that's not supposed to be fucked up. So I just want to say that, get that off my chest.
That's hilarious.
I'm sorry.
This one is from, I want to say this one came from Manny, possibly.
Okay.
We had DDM earlier, so now we got Manny.
Okay, we go and switch it up.
How does today's reality differ from the vision you had for yourself 8 years ago?
Man, if you would have told me that, Eric, you graduated college with 3.0, you got associates in computer information systems and a bachelor's in computer information management. You moved to LA, went through two jobs. I would say, you know, you're still doing music. You got all the plugins that you always wanted to have 8 years ago. It's not to say that I'm surprised or like, but it feels like I checked off goals that I brought here. So 8 years ago, even though it was a tough time, all of those, you know, I was working towards a degree. I was not a very good student. You know, I was making music, but didn't really see myself, didn't really, you know, have all of that. But now, you know, it's kind of like flip that coin. You know, it's like, you know, like I am where I thought I was, like as far as professionally, as far as like, you know, my professional goals. Artistically is getting to that point where that you can finally sit and be like, oh shit, like I'm actually becoming that version of myself that I always wanted to be. So I'm in that process of doing it, and it's definitely how I get here though, how I've gotten here, definitely out of my, you know, control, but my theme has always been the same. So the journey has been out of my control, but the theme has been the same. So you know, if that answered the question, that's how I think my reality right now is. You know, it's like, if that's the question.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Was that the question, Mike?
It was. It worked.
It worked. Okay, it worked. We do it. I don't do. You said not to do rough draft and everything raw, so this is your fault.
No, it's no fault. It's all fine. Who in music needs to come out with a booty popping banger? This is
a booty popping banger
from. Fuck, I should have wrote down the name. Maybe I Am Tater on Instagram.
A booty popping banger. Who in the music industry? Okay, what's a booty popping banger to you, Mike?
So my answer to this question is going to be: can somebody just rap? I mean, I mean, it's enough booty popping bangers out there, like, or just give me something different. It don't even have to be rap. Like, just give me something. But that's just me.
A booty popping banger. I mean, oh man, like, it's crazy. Like, I'm now getting into that space where I'm like, okay, 160 beats per minute, the tempo. This is the tempo of your Ups and your Megan Thee Stallion. You know, like, if you really take a look at the producer side of it, like, you start to dissect, like, what is a booty popper banger. But, like, I don't know, man. Like, I just want to hear something that, like, going to speak to me, you know? There's a lot of artists in rap today that I just, you know, can't connect with, can't feel, because it's just like, you know, sometimes, you know, when I'm driving in my car, I don't want to pop my booty, you know? Maybe like, and that's one thing, all my demos and all my songs are like fucking emo, fucking love songs, you know? So it's like, you know, I think
maybe I want to rest my booty.
Yeah, maybe my booty been through enough. You know, but no, but like, I think I would like to hear, if we can answer the question, who would I want to hear? I want to hear DDM. I want on one of my Johns to be like one of those staple Johns that people go to and be like, oh, y'all doing this?
Yeah.
There's no beef to Saucy Santana's, and I forget the other people who's coming up now, who's making some dope music for the scene. But I want people to come to our shit and be like, yo, you hear these bars? You hear this?
Yeah.
You hear this? Like, because that's the era I grew up in. Like, you know, like I loved, you know, my first CD was Illmatic by Nas. You know, my like the CDs I first was buying was Outkast and, you know, those down to earth records, those feel good records. And then Kanye, so it was like I just know, like not just know, but like that's what my like what I want to kind of bring, you know?
Yeah.
That type of like make niggas go, oh sorry. Make people go like make people go like, okay, that's what they on. We rocking with it. So that's who gonna make the next me and DDM and me and Eddie Wayne.
That's what's up.
We're gonna make the next
Eddie Wayne got it.
Eddie Wayne already got one out right now.
He got it.
Yeah.
Beat the Pussy is the one.
Yeah, I love that record.
Ain't
I
shit.
love that. You know what? I originally sampled someone saying beat the pussy, and I just redid it and I sent it to him. And he's like, "Yo, I like your version better." So that was dope.
Yeah.
That was dope. I hope that he comes down. I think he comes down like next week. Hope he comes down and we can actually record. Cause you know that dude like to rip and run. He get to LA and be booked. I'm like, damn nigga, damn Vog, you be booked all the time. Like, damn.
I got 2 more questions for you.
What's up with it?
What is one piece of advice you would give to your younger self?
One piece of advice. Don't sell yourself short. Don't sell yourself short at all. You know, I feel like I'm just getting out of that phase of my life of selling myself short and sleeping on myself and, you know, don't sell myself short. It's like go, like continue to make music with, oh, shit is going to get real rather than, oh, this is something I just do. I'm in school. Don't hide behind that excuse.
Yeah.
I would tell my high school self, don't go to Bloomsburg. Don't go to Bloomsburg. You wanted to go to Drexel and do music, you'll go and stay in Philly and do music. You know, I would tell them that. I was like, yo, lean into the shit that you really want. You know.
What's a reminder that you would give to your future self?
What's a reminder? Like what kind of reminder?
For your future self.
What reminder would I give for my future self? To what?
Like anything.
Remind myself. What remind? Elaborate the question, Mike.
So, you know, if you experiencing something in the future, like what's something that you always would want to remember, like just to, I guess, kind of
keep myself grounded.
Yeah.
Just how I continue to make people feel, you know, like if I'm older, if I'm still putting smiles on people's faces, people saying like, if people are still, making fun of my voice, if people still, oh, Eric's is that big guy with that big dude with glasses. If Eric's still that's a reminder that I'm still my authentic self. You know, I don't want to lose that because I feel like my whole life I've been like, you know, people have like, yo, you have a lot of charisma. You have, you know, you're a positive guy. You're an upbeat guy. Your energy is good. Don't want to lose that because that's who I am.
Yeah.
And I think the moment I lean back of that or go somewhere else, that's not going to be my authentic self. So I think that's the reminder, just to continuing to make safe spaces for people, and continue to be, you know, my jolly good self. Like everybody I meet, people impersonate my voice and shit. They be like, "Oh, I'm Eric," blah blah blah, like that shit. I used to be really mad at that.
Yeah.
Like one of my fears now was hearing my voice being played back. You know, like, you know, but actually leaning into that, like loving that about yourself because that's remind you that's you. You know.
Yeah, man. Eric, where can the people find you?
That big dude with glasses on Instagram. If you need a beat, you going to let me know. I've been waiting for this for a long time, so I'm going to share my shit. That big dude with glasses on Instagram, you can hit me up on there. Hit me up if you want to be added to this exclusive beat folder that I have. That I'm only going to it's not going to be private for now. I'm getting all of my close friends and family with first dibs on beats that I've collected over the year. I think I had like 300 type of like beats in that folder. So, holla at me. Look out for DDM. We got some new shit coming out. Look out for Eddie Wayne. We got some shit that just dropped. And yeah, that big dude with glasses on Instagram. Say what's up. If you see me with Mike, don't be like, are you? Just say, give me a hug. Definitely reach out. And Mike, man, thank you so much for having me, man.
Of course.
This has been super dope. And congratulations on everything. Like, this shit is nice, bro. Like,
I appreciate that.
Like, you should be extremely proud of yourself. Like, and if this doesn't fuel you to keep doing this shit, I don't know what will, my brother.
Yeah, man. No, we're gonna keep going.
We'll keep going.
Man, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you, man.
Thank y'all for listening. This is Mike Brown, and this is The Art of Letting Go. Recorded at Spotify.
Can we do a little outro music? Outro music?
Okay.
You did a melody, go.
Do-do-do, 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 do-do-do.
Yeah, that shit was tight.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Thank y'all for tuning into this week's episode of The Art of Letting Go. If you like what you heard, please be sure to subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to it. Share it with your loved ones. Let people know what you think. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear from y'all. You can hit me on the phone line. You can hit me on the email, I don't have Snapchat, but slide in my DM. Leave me a message. I love to hear from y'all. I love to talk with y'all. And my book is available. All merch is available at justmikebrown.com. Thank y'all for listening. Peace.